Hi guys, Keith Thunberg Farms. It is last week of June, first week of July, and the garlic behind me is done, so it's time to harvest it. So let me show you how we're going to do it. So, if you recall, I did a video last fall planting my garlic out. I actually planted it in landscape fabric, which I didn't even think of earlier today. I pulled it off there, which it actually comes off pretty easy. There's some grass that's growing through it, some on top, but I'll turn around and show you here in a second. But other than that, I mean, you just kind of peel it up off the top and it comes off pretty good. Let me just kind of show you the results. So this was all planted last mid-September, early October, I believe. And now it is the last week of June, first week of July. And it is more than ready to be pulled. There we go. So ideally what you want to do is get it before you get to this stage, because all my leaves are dead. So I'm going to have to rely on those, hopefully, to hold it in. What ideally you're looking at, you want 3 or 4 leaves. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 leaves. So that'll be my wrappers on the garlic. What you can do is get a pitchfork, fork it out of the ground. Me, I'm going to try a bigger version of a pitchfork, which would be my 50-20. So I've got the Wonder Bar set up on the back here. I've got 2 rippers on here, 1 on each side. I'm set up just straddling the bed. It's actually as close as I can get on the Wonder Bar without actually going inside of it, which I might have to do for the next row, but we'll see what happens when we go to harvest it. So here's the one advantage to using landscape fabric. So we didn't have to use mulch, and we got very little weed pressure in here. I mean, we've got some grass that spouts through here and there, but all in all, it's pretty healthy soil. Like I said, some of this I should have already got, because they are going downhill pretty quick, but I mean, literally last week it looked fine. I also missed some of the scapes, which, yeah, whatever, they snap off. I don't think you can do anything with those. You just toss that aside. The worst part basically was down here at this end. I do have a little bit more grass pressure, but all in all, I don't think it's going to hurt me that much. Do want to show you one thing real quick. Now I have some marker flags in here of where the garlic actually changes, and also marker flags up here at the top. Now if you go back and watch the video planting garlic, I can't remember what it's called exactly, in landscape fabric maybe last fall, I marked the landscape fabric with spray paint of what was in each of them. So we've got some Spanish red, we got some German red, we have more German red, and then we have the soft neck that I have no clue what it is. And down the road, that one we looked at is where it changed to a hard neck of I don't know what it is. So those are the basic varieties. So I'm going to fire up the tractor, take a rip at this and see what happens. So there is the garlic right there. Like I said, not deep at all, but I don't want to break these guys off. See, that one broke off. And that one's broke off. So it looks like we're gonna go old school. I'm gonna go get the potato fork. Man, it is super bright back behind me there. Yeah. So I'm trying to wing it to the side a little bit. Here's my trusty potato fork. As you can see, I've done a lot of digging with it. It's actually on a long handle, so which is great for putting on the ground here, and it's right at height where I can just step on it and dig. So that's basically what I'm going to do. I wanted to show you, how to do it the easy way and then how to do it the hard way. It looks like I'm just going to be showing you how to do it really the hard way. And I think I'm going to get a little bit of an advantage here because I did undercut it. So I did get underneath there and dig at it and pop it. And now they're going to pop right up. It looks like I've got some pretty decent looking garlic here. So I'm going to go ahead and start harvesting it. Set that back up there. Maybe do a time lapse or something. I got to go get a crate to put this stuff in so I can take it over to my drying rack, start working on drying it. So get some of this stuff out of the ground and get going on it. So, as exciting as that is, watching me pull up garlic out of this bed here, I'm going to take you down and kind of show you some of the tips about harvesting it out. One thing I will tell you is that using those rippers, maybe a really nice channel right here, I can get my fork in. Very easy. So instead of having to dig down and get up underneath it, I can just drop my fork right in here. And I know there's going to be the inevitable question. So, why aren't you using an undercutter to pick up your garlic? That's because I don't have an undercutter, and my little tractor over there will not pull an undercutter. Not in this soil. If it was super sandy soil out here, probably. But I can also probably just go over and grab my garlic and pull it right out of the ground instead of doing what I'm doing. So I'm going to turn you around and just kind of shoot some shots and just kind of explain what I'm doing and little tips and tricks. I mean, I've been getting actually some really nice looking garlic. I mean, that's German hardneck garlic. That is a very, very nice and beautiful. So we'll turn you around and kind of show you what I'm doing. So like I said, using my potato fork, and I'm going right down in my groove. Just do one step, I pull back, get a little wiggle. I'm getting stuff like this where it's got a big old dirt clod. I just grab it and twist it off, and then I toss it back into my box behind me. Grab the other one, do the same thing. Getting most of the dirt off. We'll put these on a drying rack and clean them off here in a little bit. I always make sure to go down where I have one on each side of my fork. So every time I go in, I get 2 garlic bulbs. Oh, I'm trying not to do that either, which is snap it off. Snapped off because literally there's no leaves left. It has been out here just a little bit too long. This stuff went down quick on me. I mean, last week this stuff looked beautiful, and now I'm just down to a few leaves. So this is the opportune time to harvest it, and I've got to get it out of the ground this week. Also, the bed behind me here, I made sure not to have anything planted in here because I'm stepping back into it constantly, and I don't want to have to destroy a crop or just tiptoe around it. That's a big pain in the butt as well. But I just keep my case of garlic behind me, and I just pull it along as I go. Okay, so there's my crate of garlic there. I lay half that way, and alternate back and forth. Like I said, I was getting some really decent sized bulbs for hardneck. I'm rather happy with that, especially for Spanish Red. It's usually really small. So what I'm going to do now is I will leave it in the crate overnight. I'm going to put the fan on it. That way the air will really circulate around, and I'll get it up off the floor. I'll set it on top of another one of these crates. Then tomorrow I'll go and set it out on my rack. Let it sit for, it's usually about a week or so, till the neck's dry down all the way. And then I can trim the roots, trim the neck off, put it into storage, and I've got my garlic for the next year. I mean, we typically charge $2 to $4 a bulb, just depending on the size. I think these are all really good. These might all be 4-inch bulbs. Planning on 6-inch centers all the way down the bed, 4 rows of them. So let's just do the math real quick. 90 foot of bed, let's say, 180 times, even if we just say 2, that's $360 off of 1 row. Multiply that by 4, That's pushing the holes that aren't there. About $1,000 worth of garlic off one row. So it does make up for the effort, especially having to dig it out by hand, and the initial cost of the garlic bulbs. The garlic seeds themselves is pricey. I think it's like $10 for one that's certified. So I mean, it takes a while before you have this much garlic seed. I mean, this is 4 years worth of work here. And I will go through and I'll save the medium-sized bulbs again to replant next year. And I've got a number for that. I think it's in the last garlic video. So, well, I hope you all liked what you saw today. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank y'all. Have a good day.